Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the SC2 Improved Winter League Finals Day. I am Wardy. Ooh. Hello. And this is the semi-final number 2 between Solar and uThermal. Are you guys ready? Thank you very much for staying tuned through our little ad break while we got this game set up. Let us introduce our two players here. Our second Samsung Galaxy Zerg of the evening is going to be spawning in the lower right hand corner here. He is going to be Solar. And in the upper left hand corner, the red Terran player. He has had some monstrous TVZ throughout this tournament so far. Is he going to still power on through today? He is from AT Gaming, uThermal. Okay guys, okay. Are you ready? Because this match should be sick, in my opinion. Our map order for this best of 5. Daedalus Point, as you can see, is map number 1, followed by Habitation Station, Frost, Heavy Rain, and then Polar Night. And uThermal here going to be opening up with a Reaper Expand. Was that 13 gas? It's most likely going to be a Reaper, unless he does something a little bit unheard of. But just a hatchery first coming out for Solar, so a nice gentle start. No crazy proxy barracks coming down here right now. So again, guys, if you don't know what this is the SC2 Improved Winter League. If you want to see the full brackets and all the information, type !bracket into the chat, and you'll be able to get a link straight away. And this is the semi-finals. After this, we're going to have the third place match, and after that, the finals. We've already seen today Armani beat Tefel 3-1, and yeah, so good stuff. Sorry for the tapping, guys. Just needed to make sure of something. Okay, so good stuff. Good stuff. We have a Reaper on our way, and uThermal. So we've got these two players as this game just starts up. Solar, you know, everyone's really heard of him lately. He's come into the foreign spotlight this season of Pro League. He's just all of a sudden come from nowhere. He's been winning online tournaments. He's been performing amazingly in Pro League. He's been winning offline tournaments as well. You know, he performed very well at the Millennium Cup, I believe, or one of them. I think it was the Millennium House Cup, where he lost to Jaedong. It was one of those kind of cups, and you know, he's been doing well. He made it to the round of 32 of GSL, where he put on a good performance. And uThermal is someone else, the player harassing with the Reaper here, the Terran player. He's someone you might not have heard of quite as much. He has made it to WCS Challenger League a couple of times. This season he actually fell out to Snoot in a 3-1 series. But, you know, he plays for AT Gaming. He just went to IEM Katowice and played in the open bracket, where he actually beat Tefel 2-0 before falling out to, I believe, no, not Patience. It was Mana and Deer. He lost to Deer in the winner's bracket, then Mana in the lower bracket. So his TVP isn't the best, but we have seen his TVZ is just absolutely monstrous. It's a little bit crazy in all honesty. So we'll see if he can pull it out here today. You know, he just goes for this big macro style. These Reapers continuing to harass here, and nice control, keeping them alive and harassing this Korean down to lower HPs. So good so far from uThermal. Let's see what he can do against Solar, one of the best players around, honestly. One of the best Zergs around. You know, he was one of the top 3 Zergs in Pro League. He played in the Race Wars in Pro League, and that says a lot. His team has had a bit of a rough round in Pro League this round, but he's so good. He comes out as the ace player. He's played against Flash. This guy is just amazing. So can uThermal do it? This is our storyline. Is he going to be able to cause the upset? I really think he can, but I don't think it's going to be easy. But anyway, this game, he's opening up with a free command center build. He's got reactor Hellions on the way out, nothing too crazy. Being a bit too greedy with his Reapers here, keep leaving them on the map for a little bit too long, and allowing them to be picked off by them Zerglings. So that was a bit of a mistake. Should have brought them back and regrouped them with his Hellions. So slight mistakes here in the early start of the game for uThermal. In fact, there's only one of the Reapers he lost. Maybe he was actually padded back in the tower, or he was checking for the third base. So that's not so bad. Having this other Reaper alive now actually lets him come in here, and he's going to be able to scout really nicely. You know, is there anything going on? Is there anything crazy? Is there anything I need to watch out for? And the answer is no. But, you know, it's good that he has this information. It means he can continue to play greedily here. Start up his engineering base if you would like. And Solar gonna, with this Queen, see this Reaper get out of this base. So the Lynx should clean this up in the end. And as you can see, gonna chase. Reaper's gonna get away for now. Lucky guy. I like that Solar pulled this Herd Queen into the main base. Keeps it alive for a little bit longer. Much safer here in the main. Isn't out on the map. You know, putting down creep. Isn't going to be picked off by Hellions. Speaking of Hellions, these are the 6 Hellions on the map right now. Moving across. Actually, they're moving over to the right-hand side at this point. So, going to pick off these Zerglings. Keep the Reaper alive. And now they join up with him to make the super team of Hellion Reaper. Only one Reaper though, and well, this Queen might go down. It looks as though Solar isn't quite prepared. His Queen's a little bit out of position to the left, pulls it back though, and gets a transfuse on it, so keeps it alive. But his drones are in trouble. A single drone goes down. uThermal not overcommitting with these Hellions, and this is really important. He cannot afford to lose these. These are his map control. This is his map control for a lot of this game. This is his safety in landing his third base early. And landing your third base early gives you a huge advantage in TVZ. It really allows you to power up your production nice and quickly and just play. And I like that. He's just being safe. He's done his poking. Now pulling back to repair a little bit maybe, or just in general clear out his third base to land that down. So that's going to land and start mining at 9:30. This is a nice little start. So we have a starport on the way. We're going to see the harassment build up here from uThermal quite quickly. Something we've seen a lot from him already in the Winter League is that he loves to play a lot of drop styles. You know, he'll start dropping you in your 4th base while dropping your natural, while pushing through the middle of the map to clear up your creep and start, you know, engaging onto your 3rd. So you have to be really careful. Tamika's, he felt apart to Tamika's drops, and honestly Johnny Rico did too. You know, Johnny Rico, the first game was just a slaughter, the second game was a bit better, and the third game, you know, he put up more of a fight, but uThermal, he was still just too good, and the drops, it played a big factor in this. So uThermal will be looking to utilize that again. His first medevacs on the way out, his armory right on time here, his engineering base coming down, and you're going to be able to continue on with them +2 upgrades, which is also important to continue on as Terran. You know, you want to create as... Whoa, these Hellions getting caught on the other side of the map. They're going to go down. So as these goes down, I was just going to say, it's so important in TVZ to make as much time as... get as much time as possible where you're on 3-3 and the Zerg is stuck on 2-2. That's a big advantage you can kind of abuse as those last few Hellions come down. Not so important anymore to have them alive because the Marine numbers are really starting to ramp up here, and I was going to say there's not actually many there, and that's because there's a drop coming across the map. Currently on scout. Oh, okay. He actually saw this on the tower, and he is responding, pulling his Zerglings back, and Bane is on the way, so immediately here, Solar isn't going to take any damage, and what I do like is that uThermal, he knows that Mutas aren't out for quite some time, and so he's got this little bit of timing where he can be a bit aggressive, and tries to target down a gas here. Going to trade some Zerglings, but probably not going to achieve too much, and ooh, picks up, only loses 2 Banelings. 2 Marines, and gets out of there with everything else. So nice play by uThermal so far. Nice conservative play. And now just going to start reinforcing. 2-2 on the way. Hellbats on the way. 5 barracks in production. So things are about to ramp on up here. Really ramp on up. Solar loses an Overlord. He'll find himself slightly supply blocked for a couple of moments. His mutalisks are starting to come out. Oh my god, did we just see a huge Bane hit over here? Well, maybe it wasn't that huge. There was only 9 workers, but that was something I unfortunately missed, guys. So, sorry about that one. It looks like he killed a few workers. Not as many. He didn't clear out the whole mineral line. But uThermal getting aggressive to this right-hand side, killing these Overlords, which are spread around the map. Is supply blocking Solar. And this is really stopping him from making units he would want to make at this point. And uThermal maybe being a bit too aggressive at this point. He's approaching this 4th base. A lot of Banes, a lot of Links coming in. He's got a really nice pre-split here, and a couple of Banes just leading the charge forwards, but they're just going to get picked off immediately. There isn't any mines to really set off at all. So Solar maybe not realizing, you know, there's no mines here, but now he's going to maybe engage. Yes, he is. Here we go. uThermal is going to start splitting. Solar, he backs off. He's taking a lot of free damage here. But he does have a lot of reinforcements coming out, and he needs to engage this army before the reinforcements for uThermal get here. They're marching across the map. His 4th base is probably going to go down. It's so close. uThermal is just going to fight instead. But that 4th base is such a big opportunity to be picked off now for uThermal. A single drop for a couple of moments there will pick that off with only 200 HP remaining. So a nice defense by Solar for now, but he has taken a lot of damage here. So These Marines continue to come over to the left-hand side, killing off the Banelings this time. This was nice, and I'd actually really like him to just... Yeah, he's actually going to leave a Marine up here, going to kill off these last 2 links. Maybe just take this tower, because if he could take this tower, he wouldn't take so much damage to this. Mutas are going to find a way into the natural here, but there's no turrets. And so Solar, he's going to start getting some damage done, but... You know, he can kill all the SCVs he likes. He's going to lose his 4th base over here, potentially, without these Mutalisks, because this is a lot of Marines. Now, Solar sees it coming. Is he going to be able to defend? He's going to start coming in here as soon as he can. As uThermal just keeps on pre-splitting. Mutas now in the main base at the same time as where this fight is about to take place. A nice pre-split for uThermal, but I just don't think he quite has enough army here to do what he wants to do. He picks off a Mutalisk. Solar could probably really move forward and just deal with this at this point. But he refuses to do so. This base is still on very low HP, 169 at this point. And now Solar's going to come forward. He's going to engage into this, and he's going to clean this up very, very easily. Coming in and getting rid of all of these Marines at the same time. Killing so many SCVs with these Mutalisks. 25 workers killed. uThermal was doing a good job of reproducing his workers, though. He's only on 56 SCVs to 86 drones. Wow, Solar. So many workers. I wonder if he thinks he's lost a few more than he has, because 86 is an astounding amount. But it will allow him to really build up a huge economy and just continue to swarm forward with many, many kind of different waves of units. So far, so good in this game for both players. No real big mistakes. uThermal not starting his 3-3 right quite yet. And that is a mistake. I said earlier, you really want to capitalize on the timing where you have 3-3 and your opponent only has 2-2. And this is time that uThermal is missing out on, where he isn't researching this 3-3. So moving forward again here, looking to fight... These Hellbats going to start taking a little bit of damage, and these Banelings continue to roll on forward. uThermal, how are the splits going to be? Really nice splits all over, left to right, but it's not going to be enough. These Banelings will continue to come forward and clean up everything else. uThermal floating a lot of money right now. He really needs to spend that. If he could spend that money, he'd be back up and even in supplies. He's been trading very well this game, as you can see in the production tab, in the unit slots tab here. He just needs a little bit of time to spend this money, and once he spends that money, he'll be alright as rain once again. His army supply very similar to Solar's, of course, because of that deficit of workers. So that's something we've got to keep in mind, that you know, he's always going to have a slightly worse economy, but much better, a much better standing army at any point in the game. And again, Solar's going to have to rely on basically cleaning up one army, or fighting with one army, trading with one army, and then trading with another. His queens may finally get caught out here up to this upper side, going to lose this creep. One of them may survive, it will. uThermal going to split once again here as these Banelings roll on forward, and uThermal, his splits are again really impressive. Hellbat's coming forward to help fight, and it looks as though again Solar just has a little bit too much, and uThermal has to back off. He needs to get back to his extra Marines, but there's so many Banelings, there's so many Zerglings, there's so many Mutas left over. He's starting to lose his medevacs, and it looks as though